Okay, hello people. First of all, you have to forgive me. My allergies are going crazy today. That's why I'm doing this instead of something else, instead of a real video. But yeah, if my voice is completely destroyed and I sound all crazy, that's why. Uh, Someone, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, asked for a video of me going through the editing process. I told them I'd do it, and then I forgot about it the first time, and then when I remembered it, I just got lazy and didn't want to sit down and do it. So it's actually 3 weeks old now. I'm terribly sorry. I wrote down their name, and I planned to make the video immediately, but it's been 3 weeks, and I don't know where the hell that piece of paper went. It probably doesn't exist anymore, to be honest. So whatever your name was, here's your video. Video editing process. I used to use Sony Vegas Pro. I hate it. I don't recommend it at all. I had no end of problem with it. The creation process would just stall in places, or the program would crash, or I get errors that pop up, all kinds of stupid garbage. Since then, I've tried Corel, and my dog is snoring. Corel, Adobe, what was the other one? Corel, Adobe, and something X something. I don't know, whatever the hell it was called. I can't remember. And then I settled on this Video Magix Pro X5 because it's really streamlined and it's easy to use, and I don't care about vast editing features. I don't mess with most of the editing features anyways. I just wanted something simple that creates videos quickly, and that's what this does. So let's see, make sure I'm at the beginning of the timeline. First step is to grab my intro and plop it in the beginning, which is this one right here. This is that really derpy one. Whenever that copyright scare was going around, you know, YouTube's gonna change its policies and all your videos are gonna get flagged and blah blah blah. I created this intro at that time because it's just some random text, my face, and me making some stupid sounds. So it couldn't be copyrighted, basically. That's where this intro came from. That's the history of the new intro. But then, like, one video I had got copyrighted. Since then, since the copyright format change, one video got copyright flagged, and I didn't even care about that video, so oh well. So the intro's in the beginning. Grab the fraps footage. These extra files, I went ahead and created the waveforms. So, you know, it cut a little bit of time off the video. I think it takes like 10 seconds to create the waveforms or something like that. So yeah, there's the fraps footage. And then back over here, grab the webcam footage. Line it up a bit. So there we go, intro, fraps, and then on line 2 I put the webcam. The second thing is to mute the webcam. It's already muted because I have it in settings to mute it, but the webcam has its own audio, and it's terrible. My fraps records my Blue Yeti, which is the audio you hear in all of the audio you'll hear in this video. It's the good microphone. It's nice to have the webcam as a backup microphone, just in case, but the audio quality is not even half as good. But obviously I don't want both of the audio going at the same time, so mute the second one, mute the webcam. Check the volume, which I've already done. I don't need to change it for this particular game, but if it needs to be changed, you click right here and you just scroll up or down to put it wherever you want. The next thing I do is match the webcam and the fraps footage. The audio is going to be off because I don't start them at the same time. I don't even think it's possible to start them at the same time, but you have to match the two. So in this case, I snap twice, like that, and then in the waveform, I can see where I've snapped. That's what these two big lines are right there, and two big lines right there. In this particular video, I must have had a bad start because I started twice. So you see snaps again. So these are the ones that matter. This footage back here was bad for some reason, like something happened, like the dogs barked or something. So we want to grab this one right here. We're going to cut the footage. That's what this little razor blade is. Delete this extra footage. And then we're going to line up the audio using the snaps. Zoom into 1 frame, please. And that's about as close as we're going to get it. This is zoomed in as far as you can go. We're talking literally like 1 frame of footage. Even though it's not lined up perfectly here, this is such a small difference in time, in actual time, that it doesn't matter. Zoom back out, so there's the two snaps lined up. Then we go to the actual commentary. Try and line it up with the beginning. Zoom in to 1 second, and I usually put about 2 seconds of space at the beginning of the video for the fade in. So there's about 2 seconds. Cut the video again. There we go. Get rid of this crap. And then here's the start of the actual video. Grab all the footage, zoom back out, line it up with the intro. Everything just kind of snaps into place, which is really nice. As you can see, it just kind of snaps where it's supposed to be. So the footage itself and the intro and all that are lined up. Here's the whole video. The ending needs to be lined up because inevitably, yeah, I stopped the fraps footage before I stopped the webcam footage in this case. Sometimes it's the other way around. So we're going to line that up real quick. Zoom in. There we go. So everything's lined up. The webcam and the audio. The next thing to do is to put the webcam footage where I actually want it in the video. Right now it's taking up the entire screen, which is obviously not what I want. You can't even see the gameplay. If I go to Effects, select the webcam footage, go to Effects, Movement Effects, Section. You can freeform change it just by grabbing these edges right here and pulling it in. I know exactly what size I want it to be. Freeform because I want it to be a box. It's going to be about here. It's not going to be a rectangle. It's not going to be widescreen because it's picture-in-picture. 790, 235, 665, 55. There we go. See, now it's a box. This is what's actually going to be seen on the screen. All the rest of the stuff's going to get cut off on the edges. Size and position. In this particular game, I've already done a video. This is the second video. I know that it's fine to put it in the bottom right because there's nothing there. In the vast majority of games, the bottom right part of the screen is the best part to put the webcam footage because there's usually nothing there, or if there's something there, it's not important. So the bottom right seems to be the best. Position, this is where it actually puts it. This is the size. We'll go ahead and change the size first. And you see, there it is right there. It's much smaller now. And then now we're going to change the position because obviously we don't want it up there in the random top left. 1020 505 is going to put it right there at this particular size. If you change the size, you're going to have to change these settings too. But as you can see, it fits in the bottom right now. And it's not taking up the whole screen. So let's see. Muted. Videos matched. Got the intro. Got the webcam footage where it's supposed to be. We need the fades. You could go to titles, or sorry, you could go to fades and then do these unique fades. They look so stupid and artificial to me that I don't use them. I just fade in from black and fade out to black. To do that, I'm going to zoom in to 1 second so I know what the scale is. And then I'm going to do about 1.5 seconds fade. To right about there. I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio and then play the video so you'll see it fade. There we go. See, it's fading in from the intro. The intro is pre-made. It already has fades, and it's already been put together, all the audio and all that. This is that way I don't have to mess with the raw footage for the intro every time I make a video. It's just easier to create it and then dump it into the video. So we need the fades at the end, but in this case, we are going to cut off a whole bunch of footage because this video is way too long. If the video goes over 30 minutes and it has webcam footage, you'll start getting desync. The webcam footage and the fraps footage, they won't line up appropriately the longer the video is because admittedly, at any point you're going to have some kind of lag. It might be very small lag. You might get a big lag spike at some point, and that's a big problem for the syncing because the webcam and fraps will handle it differently. So, long story short, the longer the video, the more likely that you'll see the webcam footage either delayed from the audio or ahead of the audio, one of the two, which is obviously wrong. In this case, let's just double check and see. Zoom in. Yeah, see, it looks like it's a little bit... The fraps footage is a little bit behind, and the webcam footage is a little bit ahead. So, usually what I do is I keep the videos to about 30 minutes, preferably. Sometimes they go to 40 minutes. I definitely don't want it to go over an hour, because then the desync gets ridiculous. It becomes very noticeable. But in this case, I'll probably chop it at about 30 minutes. Somewhere around here, probably. Let's see. Okay, so that's when I was doing the enhancements. I want to keep that in. Let's see. Wait a minute. What was that loading screen? Okay, this is the secondary little outdoor area. Yeah, I'll probably chop it right about here. Because this is when I'm leaving town. Yeah, see, I'm going towards the exit. So we'll grab some extra footage here, and then I'll turn on the audio and find out exactly where to chop it later. Yeah, because it'll probably be right about here somewhere. So I'm going to grab a little bit of extra footage and I'll fix it in a minute. But we're going to cut all this off, which actually ends up being quite a bit of footage. I went way over in this case. I wasn't paying attention to the timer, probably. So, okay, so we've cut off the extra footage. We need to put the fade in at the end, which is, that's the wrong thing, 1 second. And about 1.5 seconds would be right about there-ish. There we go. And the last thing I do is any extra editing I have to do if I have to put in titles, text or whatever, font, size, bold, italic, all that crap, and then this will tell you how the text scrolls in. This one's the Star Wars style. This is what I used in that PlanetSide 2 video, the latest one. Put in the text. We'll say Star Wars style. Why not? And then once you click away, yeah, see, it scrolls in. It's these are basically the animation for the text. That's what that is. But obviously, I don't want any text in this particular video. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really mess with anything else in this program. That's all I do when I create a video right there. If you want to mute audio, that's what these two are for any given line. If you want to change the volume, that's what these two are. If you want to mute video, you can do that too. Let's say I don't want this video. I want the audio from it, but I don't want the video. I could mute the audio or mute the video and keep the audio if I wanted to. So you wouldn't see the Fraps footage, but the audio would play. I've used that a couple of times. What else? That cuts the video for editing. This will lock multiple sections together. I've done that before, like lock all the Fraps footage together. So when I pick one, it'll grab them all. Press the lock button, and then if I click away, see, it like grabs them all. Doesn't matter where I click. They're all locked together. So they always move together. You always edit them together. That kind of thing. Yeah, fades, titles. Here's all the raw footage down here. And then if you go to, I think it's here. Yeah, it has all your saved files from previous edited footage. Yeah, sequence to play everything. Video intro, romancing saga, some of the rants. You know, stuff like that. Intro, whatever the hell that is. That was probably when I was testing the intros. But yeah, there's other features, but these are the only ones I use. This one right here is pretty interesting in that you can grab it and it'll go frame by frame. This is frame by frame backwards. If you, I don't know, if you want to line up perfectly with something, whatever, you can do that. And then when you actually want to create the video, in this case, it's all done. It's ready to be created. Actually, I'd have to find the exact endpoint, which I'm not going to do at this point. Because like I said, this is a rough estimate. But other than that, it's completely ready to be created. File, you can save it first in case you're paranoid or, I don't know, in case you want to come back to this particular file the way it's edited or whatever, so you don't have to edit it again. I usually don't save it. I just create it and then upload it. To do that, you go to Export Movie, MPEG-4. That's what YouTube likes. The settings are all created, but it's 1280, 720. The frame rate is going to depend on the game you're recording. Some games record at 30 frames per second, some 60, some 50, some 20. It just depends on the game. This particular game records at about 30 frames, so that's what I've got it set to. 16 by 9 is what 1280 by 720 is. You could also do, I've done 1600 by 900 before, because it just fit the game window. 1080, you can do 1080, whatever the hell you want. But 16 by 9 is the important part, because YouTube likes it. That's their format. H.264, MPEG-4, 48,000 hertz AAC. That's the folder I'm dumping it into. I used to have this checked, but then I accidentally overrided a couple of things that I didn't want to, so I unchecked it. Actually, I think it started out checked, was what it was. blah blah blah. You could do this for if you got it going late at night, like you're encoding the video when you go to sleep. This will turn the computer off whenever it's done, which is really handy. I like that quite a bit. Let's see, blah blah blah. I think that's probably it, honestly. So you just click OK down here. A bar will pop up with a percentage, and it'll tell you, how long it's going to take for the video to finish. But that is my editing process in Video Magix Pro X5. I think that's the full title. It might be Magix Video Pro X5, whatever. It's something like that. I think I said it earlier, but I'm pretty sure they've got an X6 now for 2014. I don't know anything about that. If they made any changes, I haven't tried it. I've still been using this one because I know how it works and it gets the job done, honestly. So there you go, random person who wanted to see the editing process. It's not particularly glamorous, but I do recommend this program quite a bit. I do not recommend Sony Vegas at all. I hate that program with a burning passion. I had so many problems with it. And even ignoring the problems, let's say you never had any problems, this one encodes videos faster, period. It just does. This one will get your videos made faster than Sony Vegas will. So, there's that too. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.